Hi everyone. I got back from church today and I'm home, and the reflection was very nice. We have one of our men training to become a deacon, and so he gave his reflection on the Transfiguration and doing God's will. For us as spiritual directors, when we take people for spiritual direction, we also help people to notice the readings, the themes in the readings, and God's message for our lives and what God is saying to us. So when I read the readings for today, what touched me was that when in the first reading we have the obedience where the stopping of the killing of Isaac takes place, but we obey God first. In the olden days, in the Roman culture, they used to sacrifice the children. So they would kill the children. It had to be an unblemished child. It had to be a young child. So they would kill the children and offer them up to their false gods, the gods they believed in. And so we have this voice coming through, God telling Isaac, take Isaac and kill him. And then the voice saying, stop, and don't do that. So how is it that Jesus lands up on the cross? It's through the Romans and through the Jews and through us not speaking up, not using our voices. God allows that to happen, just like He allows suffering in our lives, and He's with us. When you think about the Transfiguration, and the voice of God is saying, always listen to Him, listen to my Son, the beloved. And it's in the Old Testament as well, where you see Moses coming down from the mountain and going back up to get the 10 Commandments. And when he comes down, his face is shining so brightly they have to cover it. And so that transfiguration that comes from listening to God, listening to His word, listening to His message, maybe it transforms our lives too. Maybe people see the difference in us. Maybe they see us shining with the love of God. So it's good for us as spiritual directors, we are encouraged to read the scriptures, to pray with them. And for me during Lent, sometimes like this year, I'm finding I'm not praying as much. When I'm outside of the Lenten period, I pray more than I'm praying now. But I'm also trying to be gentle with myself, because normally I do say the rosary every day, whether we're in Lent or out of Lent. And I do pray, I read my scriptures. But when I'm sick, when I'm not well, I try to be a little more gentle with myself and not to be too harsh with myself. Even this morning when I got up, I wasn't going to go to church. Then I listened to my Presley music and I felt better. So I'm like, okay, I'll go to church. I like to receive the Eucharist. But that's part of our journey as spiritual directors. We give reflections, we help people, we do retreats, and it's part of the journey. I mean, we don't make any money from it. Unfortunately, the community doesn't give us money the way they give the priests money or the parishes money. No one gives us money. We ask when we take people, if you can give us something to help us, it would be appreciated. If you can give us an hour of what you earn, it will help us to meet our costs. But since I've graduated, I've never taken any money from anybody. So, that's part of my journey. That's why I work, because I want to earn a good living. I want to buy a home. I want to travel. And I don't just want to buy a small place. I want to buy a nice big home with a nice big yard, so that I can have my music room, I can have my kitchen, my lounge. I want like what I had in Africa. I like that lifestyle. So I have to keep trying, I have to keep believing, and I have to keep moving forward. And God is with us in our suffering. God is with us in our journey, because Jesus knows how hard it is. He was human and He was divine. So that's part of my journey as a spiritual director. It's part of my life. It's part of my faith. And it's part of saying, thy will be done. We all have to be grateful to God. Some people hold it over you. They say, you're not grateful for anything in life and what anybody has done for you. What about what God has done for them? What about how many people have helped them? Do those people hold them beholden to them? Probably not. So I just leave it. I offer my suffering to God. I offer my loss of Zimbabwe to God. I offer my starting over in minimum wage over and over to God. And I pray for good opportunities, good paying jobs. I pray for those things to fall into place so that I can return all the money that's been given to me. Because it's not nice. Nobody likes to feel beholden to anybody else, even the African leaders. But we also use our money wisely. We make sure that we buy the necessities, we take care of ourselves. If you look at my clothes are old. These things, I've had them for over 10 years now. But I look after them, I wash them, I dry them, I take care of them. So people will criticize and say, oh, look at her clothes, can't you go and buy something else? Well, actually I can't, because my credit is maxed out. I use whatever little I earn to pay for my necessities, and that's all I have. It doesn't mean I give up on my dreams. It doesn't mean I give up on earning a big salary, traveling, having first-class tickets. It doesn't mean I give up on all of that. I don't. But I try to follow God's will in my life, and I ask Him to forgive me for the times that I don't obey Him and I don't listen to Him. But I try to do whatever I can as a spiritual director to help others and to help them on their spiritual journey. I'm not probably the most accomplished spiritual director. I'm always reading, always learning. But I'm glad I have my music, because my music takes me back to the heart of gospel. And I couldn't have asked for better. With Elvis Presley, I just could not have asked for better. I'm so grateful to him. I'm so grateful for the music, and I say thank you for the music every day. I give thanks to God for the music.